Hi, everyone. Welcome to the latest of the Overboard Network's Below Deck podcast. We're back with a reunion episode of Below Deck Med. Sean, as much as I love Below Deck, I am pretty happy to see the season come to a close. At some point this season just seemed like one that just wouldn't die. And honestly, I can't figure out exactly why, because it had a lot of the things that we needed for us to say it was a good season. Like, there was a clear villain. We had hookups. I just You had a couple people to root for, but at the end of the day, I didn't really see that there was like a star or someone that I was really actually rooting for, other than like me saying I would get a beer with that person. Um and I don't think I'm alone, really. Like, if I look at like my Twitter feed, even the ratings kind of dipped. I don't know if that's because they did it on Peacock a week early, but also I don't know if those ratings account for that. So I feel like I'm not alone here. Just like off the top, I kind of know where you're going with this season, but what are your reactions now that we're, kind of putting this one to bed?
Well, John, you brought this up earlier in the week with when we did Blood X season 10. It really hit me when I watched that premiere how happy I was to have a new crew, and that's one we've been hanging out with since early July of this year. Um, I would have liked seeing what a 14 episode Below Deck season 7 would have looked like. Maybe it's way different. I mean, this show didn't used to be 19 episodes long. So maybe it's unfair to judge it against like earlier seasons, but man, it wore on you. And like, yeah, by the end, you're like I read like I think it was like episode 17. I was like, wait, it's over, right? And it's like, no, there's another charter. What's happening here? I don't know. Clearly the network is saying something to us when it's like we're gonna put the reunion on a Tuesday
Yeah,
before
and I get
Thanksgiving.
yeah, and like that's just kind of like like some like companies, if they're like have like bad earnings or like bad news, they'll like drop it on like a Friday evening and just hope that like nobody like recognizes it, like not recognizes it, but like there's already been like a different news cycle come Monday. But yeah, I guess I question the producers too on this. So like, if you kind of like, they know if it's going to be a flop season, right? Like,
Right.
the hate watch only goes so far, right? And so like, why they extended this to like 19 episodes, I've got no idea, especially when you've got like um Adventure, right? Like, in the wings. Like, Adventure's ready to go. So why would they make this 19 and then have Adventure on like either after it or like on a different night? And I know they're doing that with Down Under as well. It's like, it's I know that there's like this, when you go to a wedding, you want to play the hits, right?
Mm.
There's 6, 7 songs that like have to get played. And so like Below Deck Med is still part of like the core kind of two. But I mean, you could kind of see Adventure or Down Under kind of like replacing now part of a franchise that's had multiple bad seasons in a row. And like, kind of, man, it's like weighing on me. Like, I love doing this podcast. I love everything about it. I still love Below Deck, but like, I'm getting burnt out on like the mediocre or like bad seasons we've had. And all like what I always say is like, well, Sailing Yacht's just around the corner. Sailing
Mm.
Yacht is so good. Sailing Yacht is my favorite show on TV right now, or like, not right now, but you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
honestly, it's not close. And so like, I'm just getting burnt. Like, you can't give me 19 episodes of Sandy and like a crew that just doesn't click.
Yeah, John, you kind of brought up there were three different Blood Deck franchises on this week in the course of 2 days.
Yeah.
There was Legacy on Monday, then last night was the Med reunion, then after that was Adventure. And I'm not saying there's too much Below Deck, but they're like, if you're gonna have 5 franchises, Med doesn't need to be 19 episodes long. There's no excuse for that. Like I don't I don't get that whatsoever. And especially when your Chiefs do like just sucks and doesn't even show up to the reunion. And I don't know. They could have cut a lot of the back half of the season and
Yeah.
we lose nothing.
I mean, at what point do we just get to like soccer in Europe, like the champions, like is there relegation? Like could Below Deck Med go to a Tuesday or is seen on Peacock only and they're like, guys, we're going to do 8 episodes of Down Under and 8 episodes of Adventure and that's going to replace what Med used to do. Now this isn't me like yeah, like maybe Med has a really good season next year, but like I haven't seen it since like pre-pandemic, like they haven't stepped up anything since Hannah was gone.
Yeah. Yeah. And so John, Blood Med season 6 or Blood Med season 7? So last year's or this year's? Would you like more?
Katie, right?
Yeah,
Katie season. I liked Katie season more.
I think I agree too.
I think um I think the deck team, although didn't have like the sexual pizzazz that like we think could spark hookups, I think it was like more fun. Like you almost were just like rooting for those guys to like continue to have fun together.
Yeah.
Um, Interior was entertaining. This season, I mean, this might be my least favorite season since we started potting.
Ooh, I'm not. I'm not sure about like. So I okay, like last year's Below Deck Legacy,
Yeah.
like with Heather and Reina, that wasn't really fun to watch. But yeah, I mean, yeah, no, like Fraser and Eddie too. I don't know. Yeah, you could be right. I don't know. It didn't really hit me until Below Deck Legacy premiered,
Yeah.
and I was just like, wow, this is way better. I'll have to like it's. I think it's always best to like judge a season like with a little time away from it. But yeah, I don't. This isn't one I'd be like racing to rewatch anytime soon.
No, and I, candidly, I just don't. I mean, I would just rather just be like, all right, we're all in on adventure now, or we're all in
Yeah.
on, So anyway, I feel like at some point we should talk about this reunion.
Hmm.
Shocker, Natasha wasn't there.
Pretty
I
disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, for someone who cost us the entire season, for her to not come on. I mean, where do you want to start? Do you just want to start with Natasha? I feel like her not being there speaks volumes. Do you have any, Sean? I got some feelings on Natasha here. I'm happy to rant for 15 minutes on this. What'd you think of her video
uh, they really should have cut that.
though? Yep.
Like, hey, if
It,
you're not gonna show up, like I think Dave in Storm pointed out, like, hey, we're all working too.
yep.
Like, you're not the only one with a job right now. And yeah, no, I did not need to see that video statement. What was she trying to say, really?
So here's what I got out of it. Hey, I wasn't awesome during the season, but that's actually a good thing because it's led me to being really happy now and meeting my my like soulmate.
Mm.
Um, I I don't think anyone bought it. Like it was like she had worked at a company for like 3 months and HR came to her and was like, "Hey, can you for this like promotional thing, can you just talk about how much you love the company?" I mean, all she like it was a whole lot of nothing and like you could actually see like when they cut to the different people they were just like rolling their eyes like it was fake. There was no apology in there and I think she's like, well, I don't know anyone an apology, which is an awful thing to think after you watch this. Like I'm sorry, Natasha, but you owe the viewers an apology because you ruined this entire season for us.
I like how the rest of the crew, including Sandy's, just like on Dave's side.
Mm-hmm.
When I thought that was interesting. Like, yeah, she does just drop Dave, middle of nowhere at a club.
Yeah, but Sean, how can she do that? She focuses on positive energy, kind souls, and avoiding negativity. Honestly, for like, it seems like she was in like Kyle mentioned, she was in a relationship with like a super toxic guy for 5 years. So how are you all about positive energy and kind souls? Like, she honestly is just such a fake person. I can't get over it.
She's got a new boyfriend now. So,
Could you imagine being that guy and like watching this season and like how nuts she is?
and she's never been single.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess she probably was for like a day or two before she met this guy.
who's now her lifetime soulmate. You know, Sean, we've had too many soulmates this season.
Too many. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Kyle's had 12, Natasha's had
We're
three.
throwing that word around very loosely.
Yeah. And all right, that's it on Natasha. I can't go any further. Do you want to talk about I want to go into some looks, Sean. Listen,
Let's do it.
Blodix, sometimes you got to go in the shallow waters here. Um, I don't judge based on gender. Gonna start off with Z. Loved the glasses. Conversely, did not love the tattoo.
It was Squidward, right?
No, it was Patrick.
Oh, Patrick. I'm not a SpongeBob guy. So
You're
I
too
understand
old.
no
You're
memes.
yeah, yep. You're too old for Sponge. And actually, I'm too old for SpongeBob as well. So
No, I think you're like the sweet spot of being a millennial.
I am. Yeah,
I'm the slightly like earlier part of being a millennial.
but you're in the spot of the millennial. Like when you look it up, you're not surprised you're millennial. There are people that are like older than you that like are like, what do you like who are now what, 40? Like, can you be 40? You're a 40 and you could be in the millennial?
I think so.
Or night like 39 or something?
Yeah, it's I feel like they always change the like the years,
Yeah. They're
like
moving
the
them. Yeah.
eligibility because people want to like feel young. So
Yeah. I'll be
like
Gen X at some point. I'm just oh wait, no. Is Gen X older?
Gen X is like 41 to like 59, I think.
All right. Not in that then.
Yeah, they never no one ever talks about them,
Yeah.
but
They
yeah,
are but they actually will say they're the forgotten generation.
it's pretty true actually.
So that's
So
all I have for Z. I mean, I didn't
yeah,
have anything else.
that's why I don't understand memes or who Patrick is. Uh,
Exactly.
who else? Reed, all black. That's a
Reed
choice.
was Reed was doing the turtle. There were two turtlenecks more than I thought would be tonight. I I would have put the under over at a half, and it got to two. So you could have cleaned up at the sports books. But Reed had what, like a dark navy blazer and then a black turtleneck with a cross on it. Cross isn't that surprising.
No,
But
Alabama guy.
everything else was. I didn't see a black turtleneck coming out of Reed.
That was not the look I was expecting. Yeah.
Also, Reed just came on for a cup of coffee, which made sense. But they really just asked him to come on to like bring up some like random line he said to Courtney and Jess that she took like super hard.
Yeah. And like she's still like is taking it hard.
I don't understand it. Like, I get it. Insecurities exist in the world. We've all got them for certain parts of our life. But like, I genuinely think Courtney overreacted for that. She doesn't know him that well, but I think that it was clear when I watched it the first time, and it was clear when I watched it again, the dude was joking.
Yeah. Also, everyone on reality TV is a narcissist. That's like
Yeah.
that's the point of it.
Yeah. Someone else they brought on for a hot minute, Sean, your girl, Reagan.
Oh yeah.
They really,
She deserved way more time.
yeah, I know. I'm surprised they just didn't put like if you had it your way, Sean, she would just be she'd be with Andy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, John, here's my issue. They have her on and they let Sandy